Okay, so we're going to do an abdominal crunch today because everybody wants those abs, so we're going to bring George in, we're going to smash out a proper set. Okay George, bring your bum, so remember, really tight bum press down, hands tight on you, keep your head nice and straight so we don't strain your neck, let the air out, don't suck your belly button into spine, drive to your hips, I don't want you driving upwards, drive downwards, okay? So flex down, try and keep that position as you come back, just don't tuck your chin, let it come back. As soon as your lower back touches, pause, go again. Good. Just come down enough so you feel the stretch in the abs as your lower back touches, then go again. What we don't want to do is just completely relax, we don't need to do that. And pause, air out, drive it down. Squeeze, control, keep driving it down. Everything towards the hips. Smallest range we can create here, tension on those abdominals. Slowly back, that's it. Bum push down, hands tight, keep breathing. Air out as you flex through those abs. Squeeze hard now. Slowly back from there. It's good. Pause. Air out. Drive it down, George. Squeeze it. Control. Think that stomach now. Nice and tight. Air out. Big flex. Control. That's it now. Don't start coming up. Keep driving it down. Flex it. Big squeeze down. Same as you're going back. Keep that tension. Breathe. Go again now, bum push down, air out, down. Nice, control, keep breathing. Keep breathing. Let's go, George, air out, drive it down. Big squeeze. Tension, good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Drive it down now, drive it down. Squeeze. Stay crunched as long as you can as you're coming down. Good. Again now, straight in, go. Good, control. And again, air out, drive it down. Right up, that's good. Tension. Let's go, George, come on, straight in now, drive. Drive it down, drive it down, drive it down. Good. This is strong, George, this. Control. Keep bum nice and tight down now, drive it down, go. Up, 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 go on, it's yours, finish it. Come on, up, up, up. Right, good neck to finish. Good effort. Nicely done. Yep. Hi guys, so today we did an abdominal crunch with George. We did a proper set. So I just wanted to do a little talk through it, how it should be performed. We've got an abdominal crunch bench, so we did it on there. You can do it on the floor. It really doesn't matter overly. It's the performance of the movement that's the most important factor. So I'll just run through a few things first. Do not suck your belly button into your spine. There's loads coming here and they've been told. That is a completely different thing. That is more core based. So if you're doing like a plank, that can be a great thing to do. But this is, we're actually working the show abdominal muscles. Okay, so you need to be letting the air out of the stomach and trying to contract the abs. The abs are a muscle just like any other body part, don't let anybody tell you they're not. So they need to be contracted and flexed just like you would any other body part. So to do that you need to let the air out and crunch down and flex the abs. Okay, so position wise, hands want to be across you. The reason for that is because what a lot of people do, they throw the hands forward, which is then lifting them up. So one, they're gaining momentum, and two, they're shifting the body completely. So it's off the muscle, throwing them up, and then they get a bit of a contraction at the top. So keep the hands tightly across you. You can put them at the side of your head, but again, they should stay there. They should not be moving around, so it's whatever's comfortable. Try and keep your head straight, because everything else I'm going to tell you would kind of drive your chin downwards. It can strain your neck a little bit, that. Some people get away with it, but some don't. So try and keep your head nice and straight and keep your breathing nice and controlled. But basically what you're trying to do, you'll see when George does the movement in there, you can do it exactly the same on the floor. You can tuck your feet under something. To be fair, on the floor you don't need to do that. Bring your feet, you won't get as great a range of motion, you're not probably going to lift up to your knees. But as long as you're getting the contraction in the abs, just bring your feet close up to your bum and splay your legs out a little bit, so then you're taking your hip flexors and things out a bit more, and then you're crunching up, okay? Otherwise you can put your feet under something and perform it exactly like George. So you want to be laid down. His legs were kind of in a 45-degree position, and basically his back is nice and flat on the bench. Okay, and then he's got the position that we spoke about with the hands. Now, what he's trying to do is, where people go, I can do like 100 reps on here and things like that. One, they're not focusing on the muscle, and two, what they're tending to do is, they're tending to concentrate on going up. So they're coming up towards the knees, so they're coming up sort of on an angle like that. Yes, it's working the abs, but it's also kind of, it's taking quite a bit of stress off the ab as you're getting close to the contracted position. So what you're actually trying to do is create the smallest range of motion possible. So to do that, what we're trying to do is, we're trying to drive everything into the hips, okay? So basically, instead of coming up like that, if you imagine this will be George's legs, where people come up like that, what he's actually doing is he's driving down here. So he's driving into his hips. And what that's doing is, it's a tremendous contraction on the abs at the top, so you can get a good peak contraction there. But it's literally the performance of the actual muscles themselves. If you even just sat as I am now, if I contract my abs and move, it's driving me downwards, it's not driving me that way. Okay, so you want to be focused on driving towards your hips and your lower abdominals at all times. So you're nice and controlled coming up with nothing helping. If you cannot do this initially, just literally flex your abs as far as you can without straining your back and your neck, and then just go back, okay? Go back to the point that your lower back is nicely flat on the bench, but you don't just completely and utterly relax. Okay, you're keeping a bit of a tension there, but you are letting the abs stretch out before we go into the next contraction. Okay, so you're coming up, like I say, with no help at all, driving down into the hips, you're squeezing the abs as hard as you possibly can for a second or two, then try and keep that same position that you came up in, so towards the hips, all the way back until the position that I just said, where you're letting the abs stretch, but you're still keeping that tension there, so you're not just relaxing completely. That's how the reps want to be performed, right through to the last rep, just like the first, and concentrate on one rep at a time, like I say always. Because what will happen otherwise is momentum will build up, it will come off the muscles, your hip flexors will be in agony rather than your abs. So really focus on the abdominal muscles, one rep at a time, get the contraction, get the stretch, and again, just push to the point that you can't get another rep in that perfect form, okay? You don't need to go crazy on this movement. Your abs are used in every other exercise that we do to some degree, and quite a lot when you're training really, really hard to muscular failure. So you don't need to do them, these 10-minute routines and doing it 3, 4, 6 times a week is nonsense. It's a muscle like anything else. So give it a good blast, like you'll see George do, and then get the hell out of there and just let the muscles recover just as always. You kind of don't need to be adding loads of weight to this exercise. You know, we're wanting to add thickness to the abs to some degree, but you don't need them like bricks so your stomach's out here, because it can just take away from your physique. So if anything at all, it becomes too easy, just slow the repetitions down. Take a 4 or 5 second negative, even slow your positive down, so instead of it maybe taking you a couple of seconds to get up, it takes you 3 and 4 seconds to get up. That will make a huge difference. You can also, if you've got a bench like we've got, you can angle the bench to make it a little bit tougher, which you can do in ways at home, doing things like that as well by just sitting yourself higher up. So there's many ways that you can do that, but the main focus is the quality of the repetitions. At least go to a point that you get a really good serious burn in the abs if you're going to do it. Like I say, muscular failure is not 100% necessary on this body part because they're stressed so much from everything else. So that's the point I want to make. It's not that I'm saying you should train them any differently, like I said. However, just getting to a point that you may be close to muscular failure will be enough to get the abs where you want them to be once you've dieted the fat off. Remember, no matter what you do for abdominals, the diet is the most important factor when it comes to showing the abdominals off. So if you want to keep their ass like everything else, one set to failure will do it with correct form, and that's basically it. Okay, so I think George is going to put on the video exactly how long his set took. That is more than enough stimulation, more than for the abs. So when people are saying you need to do 10 minutes and 5 minutes, and it's utter nonsense. Just quality repetitions, exactly like you train any other body part, just one at a time, and you will get the abs that you want, like I say, as long as the diet's correct to remove the body fat. And that's it for today's, guys. As usual, send us a comment if you need to know anything more, or hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again for the next one. Cheers.